After clashes between then-President Mohamed Morsi supporters and those from the opposition, and a constitution exclusively formulated by Islamic powers, 2013 began with scars of division within the Egyptian society. By January 24th, political clashes had reignited all over the country, as people marked the second anniversary of the country's major uprising, disappointed that little has been achieved after 2 years of overthrowing longtime leader Hosni Mubarak. The first calls to overthrow Morsi began right afterwards. Some citizens of the canal went on to issue power of attorney documents for Defense Minister Abdel Fattah el-Sisi to rule Egypt. Soon, this turned into a nationwide movement, collecting signatures from the public to demand early presidential elections. It morphed into Tamarrud, the rebellion campaign.
2013 can be divided into two halves. The first half was an extension of 2012, particularly since Morsi's inauguration on June 30th. It witnessed the rule of the Muslim Brotherhood and Morsi and a lot of mistakes. The second half is after June 30th. It was like a big earthquake that turned everything around.
Morsi spoke to the public on July 1st, offering nothing solid but invitation to dialogue.
There is a huge question mark over Morsi's last 48 hours. His speech, which came too late, included that he can accept dialogue and even some of his opposition demands. But if he had accepted, he would have exposed the real intentions of his competitors.
It soon became evident that Morsi had been ousted and moved to an undisclosed location. Morsi supporters were outraged. Thousands camped in the streets for over 6 continuous weeks. Then came August 14th, the evacuation of the pro-Morsi protest camps. Over 900 were killed on this day, according to official reports. A wave of terror attacks then struck the country, mainly in the Sinai region. But later, assassinations were conducted in Cairo, targeting mainly security personnel, including the interior minister. The strongest crackdown on Islamists followed. Thousands of its members and allies have thereafter been arrested. Critics say the caretaker government failed to engage Morsi supporters in the country's new transition, and Egypt's draft constitution was compiled without their participation. Morsi supporters have been protesting during the second half of the year, and they're expected to continue in 2014. Despite the political reforms Egypt is trying to implement, analysts say that instability is likely to continue as long as a unanimously approved roadmap is not in place. Adel El Mahrouky, CCTV, Cairo.